Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Omotayo Adebodun. The National Union of Electricity Employees have faulted the estimated billing system in the country. Secretary General of the National Union of Electricity Employees, Comrade Joe, who spoke during the public hearing on a bill to amend the Electric Power Sector Reform Act 2005, argued that the measure was in breach of laid down rules and regulations. Also faulted the injection of over 3 trillion injected by federal government into the privatized electricity company owned by individuals without a commensurate increase in power generation over the past 10 years. Comrade Ajaero, who argued that privatization has further compounded the economic woe, maintained that the privatization policy was designed to fail from the onset. He maintained that there has not been meaningful improvement or contribution by the current investors 9 years after privatization and 17 years after the Electric Power Sector Reform Act 2005 was signed into law. The Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, today joined Jumat prayers at Osbc Central Mosque, Ojaoba, accompanied by the chiefs and legionnaires, as well as family of fallen heroes, to perform the 2 Rakat Jumat prayers. The prayer was part of the activities lined up to commemorate the year 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. In his sermons, the chairman of Osun State League of Imam and Afas, who doubles as the chief imam of Osogbo Land, Sheikh Musa Animasan, lauded the contribution of serving and retired officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces towards the peace, progress, and stability of the country. The Grand Imam of Osun State called on authorities at both federal and state levels to see to the welfare of personnel of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The Imam, while praying for Governor Ademola Adeleke to have a successful tenure, called on Muslim faithfuls to emulate the Adeleke family in love and support, noting that God ordained unity and love among mankind. Present at the Jumat prayer were officers and men of the Nigerian Army, Police Force, Nigeria Air Force, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Immigration, Customs Service, as well as members of the Nigerian Legion and their families. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has reaffirmed that Senator Ademola Adeleke is a duly elected governor of Osun State. The affirmation is contained in a statement jointly signed by the Osun State Caretaker Chairman of PDP, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, and the Director General of Atiku Okowa Presidential Campaign Council, Honorable Sunday Bisi. The duo observed that Senator Adeleke, who was robbed of his victory in 2018, had the victory widely validated in 2022 by God, the people of the state, and even President Muhammadu Buhari. Reacting to the declaration of the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Oweye, that the immediate past governor, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, would return to power by the 5th of July this year. Dr. Adekunle and Honorable Bisi asked the Speaker, Mr. Oyetola, and the APC to forget the thoughts. They called on the people of Osun State to extend the support given to Senator Adeleke in last year's governorship election to all candidates of the People's Democratic Party in the forthcoming election. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has established Committee for National Situation Room and the Collation Center for the 2023 general election, adding that the International Conference Center in Abuja will serve as venue for the exercise. The Commission announced this in a statement by its National Commissioner and Chairman for Information and Voters Education Committee, Mr. Festus Okoye, in Abuja. According to him, INEC at its weekly meeting deliberated on the issues including venue for the National Situation Room and the Collation Center for the 2023 general election. The National Commissioner said INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakub would head the Collaboration Secretariat Committee, while a National Commissioner from Delta State, Mrs. May Agbamuchi Mbu, would chair the Situation Room Committee, adding that the Commission has established the National Situation Room and Collation Center, where the result of presidential elections are to be collated and a few technical staffs will be assisted. Okoye said the commission also established two committees for the purpose of committee and electoral operations, ICT, planning and monitoring. Others are security, election and party monitoring, international cooperation, protocol, research, health service, as well as works and transports. Similarly, the Independent National Electoral Commission, Rivers State, said that the collation of permanent voters' card at the registration area awards will start today till January 15. The head of Department Voters Education and Publicity, INEC, Mr. Mark Usolo, disclosed this in a statement issued to newsmen by the Public Relations Officer, Mrs. Gladyn Ekelumo, in Port Harcourt. Mr. Usolo, on behalf of the Residential Electoral Commissioner, said that the collection of PVCs will revert to the INEC local government offices from January 16th to 22nd. He urged those unable to collect their PVCs at local government offices of the Commission to do so at the registration area awards at the stipulated date. He appealed to all stakeholders to provide a peaceful and enabling environment for the Commission staff to successfully carry out the exercise at the 319 registration areas in the state within the stipulated period. The interim administrator of Presidential Amnesty Program, retired Major General Barry Ndiomo, has lauded President Muhammadu Buhari for adequately funding the program to deliver on its mandate. Major General Ndiomo gave the commendation in Abuja in a conference meeting in Abuja, saying the current administration under the leadership of President Buhari has done exceedingly well in funding the PAP and had given it sufficient resources. According to him, President Buhari have financed the program in a timely manner, and that is why the government has been able to pay stipends to ex-agitators. On entrepreneurship, the organization boss said that there were some initiatives that the passing of the 2023 budget, the program would set up cooperatives. According to him, the idea behind the cooperatives will be for these same ex-agitators who will become the administrators and manager of their own destiny. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted dust haze weather condition, also known as Harmattan, from today till Sunday across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja anticipated prospect of thick dust haze over the northern region with visibilities of less than 1,000 meters over Yobe, Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa. Reports, however, stated that the remaining part of the northern state, the central cities, and the southern region should be moderate dust haze condition with visibility around 1,000 meters to 5,000 meters. It added that the localized visibility of less than 1,000 meters is expected over parts of Kwara and Oyo State within the forecasted period. According to NIMET, thick dust haze with horizontal visibility of less than 1,000 meters is expected over Kano, Katsina, Jigawa, and Yobe tomorrow. The agency emphasized the forest of the northern states, the northern central and the southern region of the country to be in moderate dust haze condition with horizontal visibility range of 1,000 meters to 5,000 meters throughout the forecast period. And on sports, Nigeria's flag is missing at the African Nations Championship holding in Algeria from the 13th of this month to the 4th of next month. While the Black Stars of Ghana stopped the Super Eagles from making the party in Qatar, the Super Eagles B team lost the chance ticket to Ghana's Black Galaxies in September last year. It was a match Nigeria conceded 2-0 in the first leg in Cape Coast, scored twice in the return leg in Abuja, only to fall 4-5 in the penalty shootout, thereby giving the Ghanaians the chance to prevent Nigerians from qualifying for a major football tournament for the second time in 2022. Mozambique was the first country to land in Algeria ahead of the Total Energies Chan tournament. Mozambique, led by former international player Chinzo Chunde and now head coach, is participating in the second African Nations Championship. A delegation has arrived in the North African country to fine-tune their preparation for the Chan tournament, which begins on the 13th of this month. And on the foreign scene, the Republican leader of the House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy, has failed in his latest bill to get elected speaker in a paralysis of U.S. government not seen since the the pre-Civil War era. A cohort of right-winger in his party derailed in the 11th attempt to elect him on the third day of voting. Republicans took over the House in November's midterm election, but the impasse has left the chamber unable to swear in members or pass bills. Report says prior 1860, when the United States Union was fraying over the issue of slavery, as the lower chamber of Congress voted so many times to pick a speaker. A group of 20 hardline Republican lawmakers are refusing to give Mr. McCarthy the necessary 218 votes. The opposition are skeptical of the Californian congressman, conservative bona fides, despite his endorsements from former President Donald Trump. One of the opponents, Ralph Norman of South California, told newsmen he simply does not trust Mr. McCarthy. The congressman said Mr. McCarthy's team had threatened political retaliation against him if he did not fall in line in the week leading to this deadlock. And that ends the evening news on Osbc TV. Join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.